Good morning, traders. I hope you're all doing well. It's Tuesday or the second day of the week, November 5th. Let's take a look here and see what is on the market and what the market is saying or telling us this morning. I'm looking at a 15-minute chart, and on this 15-minute chart, things are a little fairly okay. So to begin with, I'm gonna go ahead and actually, I think I'm gonna reduce this first of all down to a 10-minute chart so that we have more opportunity on things to look at, even though it's gonna be a little more noisy or noisier. So with that all in place, I do have in my setup here, I do have a opening range breakout, VWAP, which is that orange line over there, if you haven't noticed yet. And then I do have a 50-period moving average, which is this blue line here, or the skinny blue line here. I do have my candles in a multi-color, which is the first candle of the day is the dark green one here that you see. The rest of the candles are, serve different purposes. The white candle here serve my entry for a long position, which is my call entry. But of course, the signals can come after that, or plus or minus one from that. And then the yellow candles are the candles that I trade normally, but also we do have a red candle. That red candle is just a signal candle that is, signaling a potential downtrend, but it's not really a candle that I trade on a downtrend. The candle that I trade on a downtrend are the blue candles. We do have another candle, which is specifically the orange candle. The orange candles are my entry of my put entry of a short position. I do use that for entering a trade. But then I only, on the other contrary, I only enter a trade if I am outside this gray box, whichever side I break to. I have to break either above the box or below the box. If I am oscillating within the box, no trade is valid. Okay. Let's take a look at, actually, before we take a look at an example here, I'm going to go ahead and change my chart to something that will help us visualize all these things in a more clear and a more smooth manner. Okay. I'm going to change my chart from the regular traditional candles into Heikin-Ashi setup. And on the Heikin-Ashi setup, we do see that the day open here, we got our call signal. We also, on that call signal, we broke and closed above the gray line here, which means that was actually valid enough for us to enter the trade. We would have been in that trade, enter right here, stay in the trade. You can exit on that same candle, or you could stay on that same trade for as long as you wanted. Okay, but not really as long as you wanted. Let's take a look here. You do see that that candle end there, but we also do have that yellow line or orange line at the very top there. That line should be signaling or telling us something. There should be a level up there that we should be respecting. And we do see that there is that over there. It's not really a resistance level, but we do see that there is some activity happening within that. Okay. With all that in mind, we should be able to see that we did bounce off that line and then came back and retested the daily opening, the daily first candle, which is right here. But also, of course, that daily candle also corresponds to the previous day close or previous day closing. If I put a line on it, if I may, right here, that's right about the previous day close, or well, not really previous day close, but previous day, previous day close. Okay, with that in mind, we did tested that level, and we had that rejection. That rejection was picked up really quick with that doji coming in. That gave us a candle that would trade the yellow one. We do have the green candle here. The green candle just signifies potential bull trend, but there's not enough momentum, volume, pressure, liquidity, and all that to push the market to the upside. So if you're trading this kind of setup, you want to pay attention to those tiny little details, which is the regular candles, trading candles, or candles of values, I call them. The candles of values are the blue candles and the yellow candles. If you take a look at let's take a look at the previous day. The previous day, we do see that there is the yellow candle right over there, and also there is the blue candle right over here. But also then we have this vertical line here. The vertical line here tells us that if you had nothing to trade before 9 in the morning, just chill, don't do anything. But right after the vertical line, look for opportunity on the other direction. That's what that vertical line means, and I can show you in the next few what that looks like. Here's another example, and of course, in general, I will not trade this day. If as you can see, everything had been within the opening range breakout. That means there's not a lot of liquidities. But what happened here is that we had that first session of the day, everything was trending down, and then we had that once we hit that vertical line here, everything started, we started getting a little bit of a slight bit of a pullback right there, really slight bit of a pullback, which means if you bought at a really edge here where this red line is, you could have, or you might have made a little bit of you might have gotten a little bit of something here. Okay, that's what that means. That's what that means in general. And then if you take a look at another example here, we have the first day open. We doing well. We hit that mark, and we do see things turning around a little bit for a slight pullback. The other example is right here. We had first day open, everything break. We short things around right there. We buy our puts, and then we see things turning around. We do hit that mark, but it was a very strong breakout in the morning. We do see that the day opened without wicks, a lot of wicks at the top of the candles, and that was strong. But also you do see here that we did get a white candle here, but this white candle is false, even though it's our entry signal. It's false because we are already below the VWAP, and also we are below the 50 period moving average. Making it worse, we are below the opening range breakout, so that is false. And so we don't actually see any yellow candles being printed here. And the first one, which was printed, was quite very weak, because if you look at the candle size, it is quite very small, telling us that there's not enough volume on that to really bring that up to to play. And you do see that the next candle was followed by a blue candle, which is the candle we trade on the downside. Okay, so making all that false. So we would still continue to trade our bear trend. Another example is here. We do see that the day open, everything stayed exactly in the middle of everything. Opening range breakout, VWAP, and 15 period moving average. But when we hit that mark, things started turning around, and that's when we actually did get a slight bit of a. That's when we really got that slight bit of a long position. Okay, and we partially got out of that a little bit somewhere there. The other example was here. We opened, we did not break right away at all, which I would still not take this trade. We did break over there, but that was a little bit of a really long push over there to that side. We did pull back, but that pullback, once we hit that vertical mark, we do see that things turned around. That vertical mark really a magical moment for me normally. So we came down, we got rejected on that vertical mark, and things turned around to be a call here. So we were looking at a call option right at that. So if with all that in mind, if we take a look, let's reset the chart here for a second. If we take a look here, we do see that there is a pullback happening here. Although the time is not even 8:30 yet, it's a few minutes away from the vertical line. So meaning that the vertical line that we're expecting should be coming in around not before that right here on that green line there. So the vertical line is coming on that green. If I am to look at it, it's more likely to be a call. Okay, so I'm looking at a call option there, because if you can tell, right here where we're sitting at, this is a green doji, which should be good enough for us to get a call option here. But the problem here is that this green is not really a powerful green. Why? Because we do see that it doesn't have a lot of volume, but it's being a doji. We do know that it's a reversal candle. But because the previous candle was yellow, meaning we were already on an uptrend on that, there might be a little more pullback here. And the reasons why I say we're looking at a call option here in this line is because the day broke to the upside first. Most of the things have been, the greater percentage of it had been above the 50 period moving average and above the VWAP. The 50 period moving average right here is more likely to act as our support level. We will see how that plays along, but like I said earlier, that previous candle there was weak, and we do see that things are being printed in red here, but we're going to see if that red turns into blue, because if that turns into blue, there's a high chance that we'll test the first day candle opening price here, which is actually we're going to test this level. We're going to test this right here. We're going to test that, which is, let me paint it a different color. Let's paint it something like that. I know it's a bogus color, but yeah, let's paint it something like, I think we might test that level. If we don't test that level, then I'm not sure what exactly, but I do know that we are more likely to have a call opportunity at that vertical green line. And of course, what that means is that our daily high is right around there. Okay, we are not trading the daily high for our take profit zone. We are trading this as our take profit zone, because we don't want to chase the market though as well. We just want a piece of pie out of everything. So that means that we want to put that use that our take profit position, and just using, it's not really a recent swing high. So let's change things a little bit here. Yep. So right at that, where that red candle opened, we're gonna take our profit right at that. Okay. So at this moment we're gonna yep, we do have some +3 waiting in there. Don't know how that's gonna play along, but I think that's a little too early actually. So we're gonna see. Not that fingers crossed or anything, but if all goes wrong, we all know. Take your losses, accept, get out of the trade, and just go do something else. Okay. So with that in mind, we're gonna leave that at that. So let's take a look at one key player here. I'm gonna point out SPX. We're up on SPX here. We're up 54 points, 55 points, which is about 1%. We do see how SPX is playing out nicely here. Things are very, very clear. On SPX, we do see that the day open, we were actually, the first candle here is white, and of course that white is our entry of always. First candle here is white. I mean, the candle just tells her that buy calls right away if you can. If you have the opportunity, buy calls. Boom. Okay. All right. So with that in mind, we do see that there was a glitch there. I don't know if you guys saw it. There were two of these lines here, but that's okay. Something is going on weird. Okay, weird. We get the call. Once we get that call, we broke above right away. Boom. And if I put this on, I can actually, you'll see how beautiful this plays. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. System really exited this a little quicker, but this is brilliant. This is still brilliant. Okay. As long as we are still holding above that, I think we might still ride this to the end. I'm not sure how far, but if we take a look at the chart itself, we are approaching this, which is the previous few days high right here. So that's actually tells us a lot of stories right here. Where we're sitting at, let's actually call that right. Yep, where we're sitting at. This just means that we are approaching that resistance level, and because of that, we should be expecting a pullback here, right here. Excuse me. We should be expecting a pullback right here from right where we are, because look at that, and look at this. We should be expecting that pullback, and once we expect that pullback, it might not actually happen right now. We are 26 minutes out from that pullback, from what I can say, and that 26 minutes is going to take us from where we are up to this spot right here. Okay, from where we are to that green line there. So guys, this is beautiful. Just keep an eye out. Keep pushing this thing. This thing is gonna at least it's gonna pull back, and once it does, it's gonna give us a nice run for a little for a little bear trend here, and that's what I'm targeting. I'm targeting that, so I'm gonna set my buy on that right there for a put option, and then the rest of the thing it's just gonna drop a little bit. I'm not expecting that crazy run on a pullback. A slight pullback would be okay, and I'm looking at something that's a double shoulder here. If you look at this level here and that level there, it appears to me to be a double shoulder. So I'm gonna draw a line on that right there, right here, and right there. So meaning that all I really need is to touch the top line, the red top line. No, let's not put it right. Whatever that color is, we're gonna touch that color right above there, and we expect to bounce. Once we bounce there, we're gonna hit this aqua line here. Oh well, aqua line. We're gonna hit this aqua line here, and this aqua line really is just that profit take profit zone. We're gonna take our profit right on that. On a 7-minute chart, which is my favorite always. On a 7-minute chart, we do see that we did have that this line below here already touched, actually already hugged. So we had everything running up well. We almost touched the upper line, and then we came back and hugged that. But also, of course, we're going back to test that upper line. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Let's put things on a regular chart. Okay, if you know something here, this is what you should consider. If you know what the double top looks like, or what double top chart pattern looks like, or I mean double top, let's call it. Okay, double top just means that you have your rejection level on the left hand side, and then you have that rejection level was followed by a pullback. But that pullback was just a temporary pullback. That pullback was picked up by another bull run. That bull run should be rejected and followed by, guess what? You guessed it right. All right, followed by another bear run. Okay, first of all, we run to the bull, we get rejected, we have a slight pullback to the bear, we get rejected, just a slight pullback, okay, to the bear, and then that slight pullback get picked up by another bull run. That bull run gets rejected for the second time. After that rejection, we get that momentum of running to the other opposite side, which is down to the bear. Okay, and that is what I see coming up here. That's what I see forming up here. So with that in mind, if you know what that means, that just means that just confirms all this theory. Okay, and already I do see that we are still printing a green candle, but look, the edge of that candle is being painted red. Okay, and we have never seen that before in this today's trade. We have never seen that candle. If you look at that, if you look at today's trade, you will never see a green you will never see a yellow candle which is painted red on the outside. Look at this, guys, look at this. This is beautiful. So with that in mind, we are just about to get there. We are just a few seconds away to get there, or a few minutes away to get there. So that rejection should be happening here in a moment. Once that rejection happens, I don't want it to happen right now though. I want it to hold for another 22 minutes. If it can hold for another 22 minutes, that will be beautiful, beautifully beautiful. Okay, so with that in place, we're gonna get this rolling. Once we get that rolling, I just want to hop in. Actually, I'm going to hop in real quick here. I have a different chart. I will do that in a second. Let me sit around and wait for my 21 minutes to elapse. Then I will hop in. Okay. With that in mind, yeah, we do see that the double top is confirming the theory around a reversal at 9 a.m. Okay, we have that theory, and that theory should come in play here real quick. If this I know this video is already ending, I will continue with this video, part 2 of it, what happens at 9. Don't miss that. If you love this video, please like, subscribe, share the video, comment, and tell your neighbors that you found one of the most interesting, challenging, best videos ever. Again, they're not trading here, in and out. Like, share, subscribe, and tell me more what you think, and leave in a comment your best trading strategy and how well it works for you.